Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Seidio convert case for the HTC One X. You are more than welcome to check out the convert at any time over at its official website. That is located at www.seidioonline.com. As always, we also encourage you to check it out at our own site as well at www.daydeal.com. So go ahead and sit back and relax for just a moment because I have a lot of information to go over in today's video for the convert case. I want to remind you guys of something before I start is that we already have a video review of the Seidio Surface case up on our YouTube channel. We highly encourage you to check that out first so you have a better understanding of what we're talking about in today's video. And B, the convert itself is sold in different variants, and to our knowledge there are three of them. Now the one we are looking at today is the combo, which includes everything you see in front of us. There is an add-on kit, which is a kind of a reduced version of the convert. It does not include the Surface case, so it includes these four pieces to the right. And then there is a value kit, which includes an additional holster. It includes everything that you see in front of us right now, and it has a separate holster for the Surface case. This holster is for the convert case. So if that all sounds a little bit too confusing for you, if that sounds overwhelming, just head on over to seidioonline.com, click on the HTC One X category, and see all the products that are available. And also please check out that YouTube video of the Seidio Surface case. So that way when you watch this, you have a grasp of what I am talking about, because I have a lot of information to go over. So let's go and get started. So since we are taking a look at the Seidio Convert combo for the HTC One X, I decided to measure it for you guys. Please remember that these are approximations. They're not meant to be 100% accurate, but they should give you guys a good idea of what to expect when you own the Convert for your phone. Starting with the weight of the core case, that is going to be at 73.5 grams, pretty hefty stuff. It is a heavy-duty case, but if you add on the holster on top of that, it jumps all the way up to 136 grams. Its length is 142 millimeters, its width 78 millimeters, and its depth at a whooping 17.5 millimeters. And those are once again just for the core case. Hopefully you guys find that information useful. Moving on, the convert itself is divided into separate layers. Okay, the screen protector is considered a layer, and that is the primary or first layer. Now this packaging that Seidio sells their screen protectors in is pretty generic looking. It doesn't have any indicators that it's for the HTC One X. You just have to believe them that it is. So that's all I have to say about that. And it is just a screen protector. It's your standard clear version. It's not anti-glare or anti-fingerprint or mirror, anything of that fancy nature. It's just your standard run-of-the-mill screen protector, and that is that. Okay, and that goes on your HTC One X phone first before you add on any of this stuff. Moving on to the second layer, which is the Surface case right here. This is pretty self-explanatory. This is a core product, meaning that you can actually just use this on your phone by itself. You don't need to add all of this stuff with a convert. So at any time you need a travel light, just use the Surface case and be on your way. Now, as we mentioned in our video review of the Surface case by itself, you're not stuck with this color. This is black, and this always is sold in the combo version of the convert case. However, if you want to buy the add-on kit, you're more than welcome to buy your own version or own color of the Surface case, and this is actually the white color version that we used in the Surface review. Okay, so this is proof of concept. We're going to go and use the white version of the Surface for the rest of the convert case, and thus turning it into the convert case. Moving on to layer number 3, this is the silicone skin. Okay, this is a pretty thick layer. It's actually very durable and robust. This is really the bulk of the convert. This goes over the Surface case, in which I'll show you in just a moment. It has a dust cover for the camera on the back, as well as the camera lens, which is really nice. A lot of cases out there don't actually have a dust cover for that. A good question that I get asked that I usually forget to mention in these video reviews is it easy to take a picture with the dust cover? Let's say you're going to go and take it off. Is it easy for you guys to go ahead and keep that dust cover off in place? Yes, it is, because Seidio thought of that as well. You notice that on the next layer, which is the skeletal frame, there's a little pop, or a hole I should say, where the dust cover actually kind of slides into, and that actually keeps the flap closed. So I'll go and show you that in just a moment, but worry not. Even though there's a dust cover over the camera lens, it is easy to keep in place when you need to take a picture, and then put it back in place when you need to protect it. Now, there is a dust cover for the audio jack on this skin cover. I'll show you that in just a moment. It's a little bit hard to see, but there we go. I'm just going to go and pop it out. And there's also coverings for the volume up and down button, as well as the power button, etc., stuff like that, and the USB port. But I'm just going to go and put this away and move on to the skeletal frame layer. And as I just quickly mentioned, this does have a little opening right there for that dust cover. Other than that, not really much to talk about. It covers the corners of the skin. You notice that the skin actually had normal corners, and you're wondering why they decided to do that. Well, the skeletal frame covers up the corners. That provides the bumper edge. That provides protection. So that way, if you happen to drop your phone, this is going to absorb the impact first and then move on to the silicone skin layer. So it's a pretty cool design. It's kind of like an exoskeleton. And other than that, not really much else to say. It's made of a nice, dense polycarbonate. Now, finally, is the bell clip holster. This is made specifically for the Convert. Once you have everything on your HTC One X, it fits into this holster. It is a face-in only design, meaning that you cannot use it face out, unfortunately. And there's also a thin layer of microfiber on the inside to protect your screen, regardless if you have a screen protector there or not. So that way your screen's not going to get mucked up or scratched up in the process. It rotates 180 degrees in total, 90 to the left as well as 90 to the right, and it uses a dual spring hinge that you can see right there. So it's pretty durable stuff, not the most durable in the world. That goes to any case that uses a straight metal hinge that looks like an alligator clip, but dual spring hinges are pretty durable in their own right as long as you take care of them. Now this has a claw design on the top. It's a claw restraint, meaning that once you put your phone in, this claw has to hold it in place. What's nice about the Convert version of this holster is that it actually has a lock and unlock feature, okay? And even though we're not necessarily fond of the claw design because it has a tendency to get loose, for example, if you're in a crowded area and you happen to brush up against somebody, this can actually accidentally get loose and then drop out your phone. Since this version has a lock mechanism on it, you're not really going to get that same problem. However, this claw still has a nasty tendency to catch on to loose articles of clothing, etc., stuff like that. So you still have to be careful of that, all right? And always make sure it's in the locked position when you are traveling. Whew, all right, quite a mouthful. Let's go ahead and put everything together and show you how everything should look on your HTC One X. So I have the white version of the Surface on, pre-installed on my dummy version of the HTC One X. I am going to go ahead and add the skin layer on top of that. Then I am going to go ahead and add the skeleton frame layer on top of that, all right? Let's go and get this all lined up right here. Hopefully everything works out, even though I'm doing this live right now. Everything looks pretty good. And there you have it, guys. This is the Convert assembled on the HTC One X. Let's go and give you a quick 360 tour, I should say. Starting with the front of the phone, you notice that the Convert creates a very significant lip for your phone, so thick in fact that if you happen to rest it on its face like so, it is going to be well elevated up and away from the surface you're resting it against. And more importantly, if you happen to drop your phone, regardless of however you drop it, it should be safe and sound because that lip is very, very thick, and it should create a nice little space between the surface that you dropped it against and the screen of the phone. Also remember that you are supposed to be using this in conjunction with a screen protector. You just have to make sure to install it first, because once you have the Convert on there, it's pretty difficult to get that screen protector on there lined up correctly. Moving on to the top, let's go and show you that dust cover, I should say, for the audio jack. It already has an opening there for the noise cancellation microphone, but you can go ahead and peel it back and expose the audio jack. It is a bit recessed in there, however it has a tapered cutout to it, meaning that straight connector tips work. If you have an angled or 90-degree connector tip, just make sure the wire is facing toward the rear of the case and you will be fine. Covering for the power button, self-explanatory. Doesn't really stick out that much, but it still is pressable. Same thing can be said on this side, I should say. There we go. For the volume up and down buttons right there. Kind of hard to see on this black color, but there they are. Not that difficult to press, not the easiest in the world, but they are functional. And this is actually a dust cover for the USB port. There we go. It's nice and large. It should accommodate most connector tips out there. Moving on to the bottom, opening for the microphone. Moving on to the back, opening for the speakers. Dust cover of the camera lens and the LED flash. Let's go and pop that out, and then let's go ahead and lock it into place to show you what I'm talking about right now. There we go. So when you need to take a picture, just put the dust cover like that into the frame. And when you no longer need to take a picture, put it back and cover it up. Now let's go and close off this show. Make sure it's in the unlocked position. Put it face in, because that's how it's supposed to look. And then lock it, so that claw doesn't move around. And there we have it, guys. Let's bring the retail package to finish things off. This is the Seidio Convert combo case for the HTC One X. So closing thoughts and comments. Remember, you can go ahead and bring your own Surface case. You're not stuck with the black version of it. Just make sure to buy the add-on kit. Speaking of which, if you are confused with all the different versions of the Convert, head on over to SeidioOnline.com. Everything will be explained to you. They'll show you all the different variants it comes in. I'm running out of time. This is a heavy-duty case. Treat it as such. It's very big and bulky. So if you don't like the size, look at another product. But remember, you can actually just use the Surface by itself. Check it out at SeidioOnline.com. Check us out at Dadio.com. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube channel, and our new Pinterest. Thanks for watching as always. We will see you next video review.